You know, Superpower 3? This is this type of game that was released and everybody hated. I was very reluctant to buy this, but I just saw it very, very cheap. So I decided, okay, let's see how this game is so bad. So Superpower 3 is a modern geopolitical sim. So basically you rule the world as any other geopolitical simulator. This is the same as Paradox games. Well, to say the same is a little bit bold, but it's in the same genre, in the grand strategy genre. So I have played before Superpower 2, and it is pretty neat. Is a pretty clunky and old game. This is the iteration that Golem Labs decided to create and say, okay, guys, we have improved Superpower 2, and this is what we got. At first, I saw it, and I saw, for example, this video that we're seeing right now. I'm going to move it slightly here. This is the military operations section in which you have your troops like this, and it looks nice. It doesn't look bad, but certainly the people are giving it an overwhelmingly negative review, and that's it. I just decided to give it a try. So I just don't want to go into all of this because I don't want to be biased by the comments. So we're going to revise the overwhelmingly negative comments when we finish the first impressions. So let's see what is Superpower 3, if it's similar or if it's really a broken mess. So let's go ahead and check Superpower 3 in Fictitious Wargaming. So here we are. We're going to go to single player. The first thing that I can see is that there is a planet Earth in front of us. So pretty neat. Pretty neat first screen here. I always like to go into options to see what we got here. We can see that we have general key bindings for zoom, move up, unit movement, which is going to be with M. Then we have graphics here. Apparently it's not allowing me to change this. Then we have all of this. I'm not going to touch this. And the gameplay here is going to be obviously in English and all of these things. Okay, so let's go back and start with single player. We have continue saved game or start new game. Well, what do we got? So definitely the way it is presented, it looks nice. It looks it gives a very nice first impression. However, this thing here, I don't like the fact that you can see here expansion trailer and stuff like that. Does this thing have an expansion? I'm not sure. Let me check that. Well. Apparently this was something that they were planning to do. I just checked the Steam page and there's nothing there. So weird how it says expansion trailer. Okay, so we have here scenario selection, sandbox, rule the world. This appears to be an option to do whatever you want. Choose your country, the country that you wish. Then let's see, we have 1 of 15 different scenario selections. So I'm going to go through them, but not in detail. We can see the USA and North Korea. Apparently you could select different scenarios, and then you're going to have different objectives and failure conditions. Interesting. You have penuries. This one says that a worldwide penuries appear and you need to maintain your economy to go through this situation. Then we have IT crisis, Venezuela, we have stuff from China, nuclear Iran, loss of Kiev to Russia. This is failure conditions, and Canadian government approval is below 30%. Pretty interesting. And actually, you can choose just a couple of countries for each scenario. This is World War III. Russia, USA, Poland, Belarus, China, and France. We have here Islamic Turkey. We have also, okay, that's it. That's pretty much the majority of the situation here. So we're going to get Sandbox Rule the World so we can choose all of the countries. I don't think we will have Nauru here. No, there's no Nauru. There's no Vatican. Let's see, San Marino. No San Marino. Monaco. Oh, what is this? Montenegro. Okay, Solomon Islands looks pretty interesting. Let's see, Andorra. Okay, we have Andorra. Micro countries, we have at least a couple of them. Well, we're going to go for Belgium, I think. Belgium. You can choose the political party, humanistic. Oh, you have more here. Democratic, Federalist, Socialist, Workers' Party. And this is going to be the one that is selected. Okay, so you have profile here, demography, 11 million inhabitants population. They have free network. Politics, 54% approval, 68% stability. There are no objectives, no failure conditions because it's simply whatever it is. Economy, it has a GDP of 545 billion. And here we can see sectors, which we don't know what this is. Now, by the way, this thing does not have a manual. If you go to the Steam page, there's no manual. I just tried and searched for an actual guide, and there's nothing. So it's literally abandonware. So military 88th, rank 88th, and non in nuclear. This means they don't have nukes, and it's the number 88th. Okay, interesting. Just to have a look of two different countries here. For example, Afghanistan is the 58th, Argentina is the 66th, Andorra is the 173, Australia is the 43rd. Let's see, Belize 169, Brazil the 9th. It is nuclear. Interesting. You see Canada 51, China the 3rd. We see here, let's say randomly, this one 111th, France is the 17th, this one is 120, Iran is 11, Israel is 20, 18th, Japan is 10th. Let's see, Mexico 38. I'm wondering how balanced this is in terms of military might. Pretty interesting. Russia is the 2nd. Eventually, I'm pretty sure this one is the first one. Yeah, it's based on this one. Okay, so let's return to Belgium. So here in Belgium again. So let's hit next. Now, one thing that I have noted is that in Superpower 3, we have character creation. There's an editor here that allows you to create your character. So it says that the character is more than just your avatar. There are 3 choices to make that will link you, the leader of the country you just selected, with your population, your ethnic group, your language, and your religion. This will determine who you are. So there is a factor in the actual character and what you are in connection with the population. So the actions you take, as it says here, the actions you take will then determine your values and your culture. Who you are and what your values are will be the main source that will determine both your approval ratings at home and how the world leaders will see you everywhere in the world. So, to help you make easier choices, we've provided with the world map that will highlight the areas where the people have similar characteristics to your character. So let's see. Oh, pretty nice. You can choose in between female and a male, and there you go. You can choose the name, you can choose the language and the religion. Interestingly enough, you can change. We have Dutch or French. It could be in terms of Belgium, because Belgium is an interesting country in terms of that specifically. I think that this is going to make an interesting character selection here. So as you can see in ethnicity here we have, I'm always interested in this representations. I have other videos in which I talk about this, and it's interesting that in here we have all of these ethnicities. What else we have here? Physiology, so we can change the eyes, we can change all of the things. By the way, you can zoom in. This is pretty neat. Pretty neat. You can rotate the character. So I was not expecting this. So you can choose here different situations. The eyes, the nose, you can really customize this thing, as you can see. The mouth, let's see, pretty good. Skin, you can change different types of skin here. You can change skin details, the tone. You can change lip color. I don't know why would you do all of these. You can even change the eye color and the iris inner color. By the way, it says clothing, and I cannot see my hair. You can choose different types of hats, glasses, options for the clothing. Very nice. This looks very Victorian. Well, this guy doesn't look very Belgian. Random for Belgium. I just let's choose this one. Apparently, okay, I'm gonna pause here. So here we have the year is 2018. You can click here and use search country by name. I assume that if you click here, okay, here it's going to send you to the location of that country. That changes depending on what you have selected here, and is going to give you all of the information down here. You can also click here and you have a mini map here, which is nice. This is when you click one place, it's showing you the flag. Quick treaties with the country. We have thematic maps, which I think it's the same as this in here. Then we have here resources, primary resources, secondary and tertiary resources. What else? Let's if I hit home, what will happen? Nothing. Okay. You cannot go more than 3x. Okay. Okay, pause. Let's go to Belgium, because I know where Belgium is. So just zoom in here. There we have it. Interesting. Now, I like that you can see the detail of the ground. Oh, you can see the flags there. What an interesting thing. Now, what happens if I click? Can we rotate? I don't see anything. You can move. Wow, it's nice. It's nice to have the flags here. Okay, we can see the flags here. Pretty good. Because we have day and night cycle, we can see that the lights are going to be on when it's night. I like the reflections on the water. So far so good. Let's zoom in a little bit, and it is going to go like in this position. Okay, pretty nice. So far I don't know that if we can rotate. I don't know if it's possible. We have a United States Army here, apparently. Okay, this is the maximum zoom in that we can do. So this is an army of the United States. I believe this is because of the NATO thing. Here is our army. Pretty nice. So I click here. You can click each region. And obviously this is the same as Superpower 2. You can select the regions. Let's see, if I cannot rotate, what happens if I click the mid scroll button? Oh, great, you can do this. Fantastic. So I like the effects here. I think that all of these flags, yeah, these flags represent armies. So you can see that we have here, and this is a fleet, and here we have an Eurocopter. This is a helicopter, and here we have a small army here. Interesting that we have also tanks here. Pretty neat. That it's even saying that we have a Leopard here. There's an airport here. This is the Brussels airport. So you can zoom out and do this, which is a pretty nice addition in comparison with the previous iteration. There are no blocks at the beginning, so just the NATO. We have also the relations map here. Nuclear strength, human development index, the HDI, the economic strength. Basically, if you click the actual map type, you will see this thing here, but if you move the camera, it will disappear. So then we have the economic strength. Dark green is low in economic strength. And then we have population strength, government approval. Oh, these are events, I think. You have won your election. Okay, I don't like the way the events appear. There's no sound, there's nothing, and there's just this generic image here showing you elections won. Okay, whatever. Here is our armies. I can select like this. Here we have this. If we click here, we can see culture. We can see that in here we have 55.4% support average for the political party. Population and the support, it's this one. Oh, we can change here level of control. Lightly controlled internet, and heavily controlled internet, or completely free internet. You have here information about the arable croplands, forest area, urban area, and other. Politics, government, approval, history, affinity. Where is the actual elections? The next election is going to be in 2024. Okay. You can even change the elections. You can go for disabling elections or enabling them. Oh, look at this. It's going to be in 2020. Why this changed like this? 6 months until the next election. Okay, I think I messed up this thing just by trying it. When the country enables elections, if there were no elections, the upcoming election will be set in 6 months from enabling it. Oh, okay. Note that the player can't quickly cancel elections, then re-enable them for 6 months later, 1 month before an election or something like that. You can only use this action once a year, and the effects of canceling an election are deep and severe. Okay, so we just messed up everything here, so I'm just going to reload again. And I cannot select any other country. Okay, I will have to restart this, and eventually it is bugged. So if you reopen the main menu, try to open it again, it's going to be glitched. Okay, we just returned, so let's go again to Belgium. So politics here, it says international. Treaty of Brussels here, you can name it, by the way. You can change the name of the treaty. And it says Belgium opens cultural exchanges with Netherlands. Oh, there you go. Treaty of Haarlem. The treaty has been accepted. Okay, so here we're going to see that is going to appear all of the relations that we have in between both countries. Let's see, human development, propose this one. It's accepted, and now we have 86 relations. Okay, here's the economy. Let's see, how do we, oh, there you go. The budget, it behaves pretty similar to Superpower 2. So we are getting a lot of budget to the environment. That's the reason we're getting minus 4.9. But if we decrease this, we can get better telecommunications. So we could decrease foreign aid drastically. These personal taxes represent everything the country generates from the citizens through income taxes, fees, sales tax. The rates can be modified by the player, but normally, no matter the culture, every social group prefers low taxes than high taxes. If I confirm, I think it's going to fix that, but I'm just going to hit play. There you go. Now we have a better balance. You have won the election. Freedom of speech. So we have legal freedom of speech, freedom of assembly. We can change political parties here. We can make them illegal. We have seen this in Realpolitik 3. Military, we can see the units like this, infantry units. But why they look like Robocop here? This is interesting. For the currently selected type of unit, you can only select one technology at a time. Sometimes you need a few basic technologies for the design to be viable. So the first researched technologies will be imposed. Okay, where create a new design for the selected unit type. You can name it, but I cannot change the visuals of this because it says create design, but I'm clicking here and it doesn't do anything. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, if I'm missing something, or it's just bugged out. Let's say I want to recruit a unit. Where can I do it? Let's say I have this one. It says that we have 1,000 active personnel here, and the personnel is infantry, I think. Stop the current action, move. Okay, let's move them here. Look at this. Let's move this one, hitting M, and let's see if we can move the tanks. Now, if we are able to move to France because we're the NATO, let's see. Yes, we are. Oh, nice. It becomes a fleet. Transport fleet, something like that. Here it says increase stability at the price of approval by making your unit oppresses the population. Occupy a country of the unit's current region. Put your unit on the market. Split your units. Have we split them? Oh, okay. Just move him here. Oh, it's split it. How can I recruit units? So let's say we're researching secondary weapon damage. I think we're researching this. This is perhaps the thing that we're researching, but where is the research area? Forces. Oh, there you go. There you go. Secret services. There you go. Technologies. This is what we're researching. Okay. So, how do I select what I am researching? How do I change it? Are you sure you want to delete this design? This will not affect existing units of this particular design. You can always create it. Yes. Okay. So, create design. This is what it costs. But I cannot hit here. I cannot create the design. Why? But, oh, the research is, there you go. So we are getting more research in here. So I think that if I pay more, I'm going to get the next research quickly, okay? There we go, communications. So for example, right now, infantry H, create design, nothing happens. Infantry. Okay, units. Active personnel. View, move, view. Select this one, view. Okay, it's showing me where is it. What else? Sell. Bring units home. Okay. Now, how do I build it? Oh, build and deploy. I want to build this one. Wait, nothing happens. Okay, I don't know what's happening. If someone can explain me how can I build the unit, I would be very happy. So I have seen most of what we can. We can see small details on the map and stuff. I like the fact that the water has reflections, but I don't like the fact that you cannot rotate. Let's see if there are landmarks here. No Statue of Liberty. Something around here. California. There's no Golden Gate. Oh yeah, the pyramids exist. There you go. We can see the pyramids. We can see the Colosseum. The Eiffel Tower, at least, I think. There you go. Okay, nothing here. There's no wall. Oh, there it is. There's a wall. The Great Wall. Okay. It exists. Sydney. There you go. Let's get on with the negative comments. So this guy says no content, broken game. This says worst game I've ever seen. You say here you would think game would improve as they release a new version. I was excited when SP3 came out, but after a few minutes of playing, I was extremely disappointed. The developers didn't seem to listen to their fan base, and this game took a major step back. Okay, refunded. This is abandonware. I have never seen a game released that was so obviously not ready. Don't buy this, and bad game. Don't buy. You can see this one reviews as one of the best games I ever played when it comes to political sim games, but it needs improvement. What can I say? Apparently, it has a lot of bugs. There are the movement of the, again, I said this before, and I can confirm it. It is very, very clunky, very sluggish. For example, right now you can see that there's a change in the globe. Something happened with the graphics here. Every time, I'm pretty sure that if I go right now here to start game, there is going to be no countries. So that is another thing that I can say that is very, very buggy. Apart from that, I think that in comparison with Superpower 2, and it's quite an enhancement from the previous iteration in terms of graphics, but I think that it is not optimized at all. There's no optimization with this grand strategy geopolitical simulator. But what I can say is that it looks nice. At first glance, it looks nice. It really appears to have a lot of bugs. It really feels as if it's not finished. This is an abandonware, sadly. The battle mechanics are out of the scope of this video, obviously, because I don't even know how to create new units. And because of the lack of information that you can find on the internet about this, I think it's going to be very difficult to understand how to do that. If some of you know how to recruit units and how the technology works in Superpower3, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. This was Victus. See you in the next one.